back here. Is that tough for you there?
Like a little bit.
So we're not even testing hip flexion, and he has issues with hip flexion there, okay? What we're trying to see is that knee sits below the hip, the trochanter, the kind of like top of the femur at the hip, right? So this is measuring, can he passively get into hip extension? If this were up here, and when he did this, which you will see in some people, doesn't have hip extension. So there's two things we're looking for. When that knee, maybe it passed the test, but this leg wants to straighten out, what is a hip flexor, a muscle that acts as a hip flexor that also crosses the knee?
Quad.
What part of the quad?
It's like
I'll tell you, rec fem. Yep. So rec fem crosses knee and hip. So if there's something that in this position of hip extension affects the lower leg position, because what we really want to see is ankle, the calcaneus, the heel right underneath the patella here. But he passively sat like that, right? So we probably know rec fem, front of the quad tightness. What might be a good stretch for that? Couch stretch, perfect. But this way, if we were to see this one a little higher here, that's going to be our indicator that like the big one that only crosses the hip is probably going to be psoas stuff, okay? So that's how you know if he lacks hip extension in this position, psoas is going to pull the knee up. That's going to be like that single joint, and then if it's down here and that ankle's forward, that's the double joint hip flexor that's affecting things, okay?